Look at your feet before you go to bed tonight. Something invisible is pooling there. Fluid, cellular waste, old metabolic junk. Your body was designed to flush it all out while you sleep. But there is a fatal catch. Your lymphatic system cannot turn on by itself. If you just lie down, the valves stay locked shut. The waste sits there all night long. It is the exact reason millions over 60 wake up stiff, puffy, and exhausted. They blame old age. They blame the mattress. They are completely wrong. The real cause happens 90 seconds before you close your eyes. And once you see what it is, you will never go to sleep the same way again. Most people think bedtime starts at the mattress. It doesn't. It starts the exact second you spend 2 motionless hours on the sofa, your feet flat on the carpet, your calves completely still, gravity pulling every drop of cellular waste straight down into your ankles. Then you stand up. You walk 20 steps to the bedroom. You pull up the duvet and lie completely flat. To you, that walk felt like normal movement. To your lymphatic vessels, it was practically zero. The fluid that pooled in your feet during the evening is now trapped right where you left it. It has nowhere to go, no natural pump to push it back up to your chest. You fall asleep thinking your body is recharging. In reality, your tissues are drowning in stagnant fluid until sunrise. To understand why this matters, you must understand how your lymphatic system works while you sleep. Your heart pumps your blood. It is an active mechanical engine. Your lymphatic system has no heart. It has no central pump. It relies entirely on physical muscle movement to push fluid upward against gravity. When you spend hours sitting in the evening, fluid pools in your lower extremities. Lymphatic vessels lose their elastic recoil as we age. The internal valves become sluggish. Sleep is supposed to be your body's primary cleanup window. When you lie flat, gravity neutralizes. Your immune system prepares to filter cellular waste. Your tissues are supposed to decompress. This nightly flushing is essential maintenance for an aging body. When you go straight to bed without activating the system, that fluid sits still. Lymphologists call this nocturnal lymphatic stasis. In 1992, researchers at the University of Toronto studied how muscle mechanics trigger lymph flow. They discovered that passive resting does not clear stagnant fluid. It requires a specific type of dynamic muscle contraction to open the deep lymph valves. Without that specific movement, fluid sits in your tissue all night long. It hardens, it drives morning joint stiffness, it fuels systemic inflammation, all while you are fast asleep. Decades ago, vascular specialists noticed a frustrating pattern in older patients. Patients would come in complaining of heavy legs and stiff joints every morning. Their blood circulation tests came back completely normal. Their arteries were clear, yet their tissues were congested with trapped liquid. Physicians looked closer at their daily routines. They found one constant thread. These patients went straight from prolonged sitting to lying completely flat in bed. They were not bedridden during the day. They were simply inactive in the crucial hour before sleep. Researchers began measuring lymphatic pressure before and after different movements. They tested general walking. They tested basic leg lifts. Then they tested one specific movement, the dynamic calf pump stretch. The results were unmistakable. This single targeted stretch increased lymphatic fluid propulsion by over 300%. It cleared deep channels that general walking barely touched. Cardiologists and lymphologists published these findings in physical therapy literature. They proved that a 90-second calf stretch right before bed was the ultimate mechanical key to overnight fluid drainage. They were not telling people to do intense workouts before sleep. They were warning against lying flat with dormant lymph pumps. For an aging body, that distinction changes everything. Let us look closer at what happens inside your legs when you do this stretch. Your calf muscles enclose the largest lymphatic channels in your lower body. Inside these vessels are microscopic one-way valves called lymphangions. These valves need physical pressure to open. When you perform a dynamic calf pump stretch, rising onto your toes and dropping your heels deeply, you compress those vessels. This creates a powerful hydraulic suction effect. It forces stagnant lymph fluid up behind your knees and straight into your main abdominal channels. If you skip this movement, that fluid stays trapped in your feet and ankles. Over time, trapped lymph fluid thickens into cellular sludge. It makes your lymph nodes work twice as hard to filter waste. A 2018 study on microvascular fluid exchange proved the impact of this simple habit. Adults over 60 who performed 2 minutes of targeted calf pumping cleared 60% more interstitial fluid overnight than those who lay down motionless. There is a second critical mechanism at play: your breathing. When you combine this calf stretch with deep abdominal breaths, you engage your diaphragm. Your diaphragm acts as the upper vacuum for your lymphatic highway. The calf pump pushes fluid up from below. The diaphragm pulls fluid up from above. Together, they create the ultimate natural pump for your entire body. Without this pre-bed activation, your lymphatic highway remains completely blocked all night. Here is what you need to realize about your body tonight. After 60, your lymph vessels need mechanical help. Your internal valves cannot clear pooled fluid on their own while you sit on the couch. Your body relies on the hours between midnight and 4 a.m. to flush metabolic waste. Every night you go straight to bed without pumping your calves, you sabotage that process. Your fluid sits still in your lower limbs. Your lymph valves stay closed. Your tissue spaces remain pressurized. Your immune system works against thick, sluggish fluid. Your joint spaces absorb extra strain. Your deep tissue cleanup gets delayed. And all of this happens while you feel absolutely nothing. You are fast asleep. You feel comfortable in bed. You think your body is fully resting. Meanwhile, your lymphatic system pays the price silently in the dark. This does not require strenuous exercise. You do not need equipment. You only need 90 seconds before you climb into bed. Here is the exact stretch that activates your lymphatic system. Stand upright next to your bed or a wall for balance. Keep your feet hip-width apart. Slowly rise high onto your toes. Hold for 1 second. Lower your heels back down slowly, letting them touch the floor gently as you feel a deep stretch in your calves. Repeat this controlled pumping motion 15 to 20 times. Breathe deeply into your stomach as you move. That is it. This simple action engages the calf pump and opens the upper thoracic vacuum simultaneously. It pushes trapped fluid back into circulation before gravity flattens your body out for the night. Your kidneys filter the excess fluid effortlessly. Your lymphatic highway enters sleep wide open. Your body clears its waste while you rest. The choice is completely yours tonight. You can go straight to bed and let fluid pool. Or you can spend 90 seconds priming your natural drainage system. For decades, specialists watched patients struggle with morning swelling and joint fatigue. They asked one fundamental question: what did you do in the 2 minutes before you lay down? The answer was always the same: nothing. They documented the solution. They named the mechanism. They proved that a simple calf stretch changes your body's overnight physiology. Most people ignore it because it seems too simple to matter. They assume resting is enough, but your lymphatic system knows the difference. It responds to movement, not just stillness. Tonight, when you turn off the lights, your body will begin its natural cleanup process either way. Now you know how to give it the pump it needs to finish the job.